what was your assessment of the Michigan-Oklahoma game from a couple nights ago, Paul?
Yeah, starters, it was a huge win for Brent Venables, who was living on that hot seat. And he had to have that win. And listen, I don't need to tell you, beating Michigan matters, especially in the Southeastern Conference, which where it's been now 3 years without a national title. That's forever in the world that I live in. I was pretty underwhelmed by Michigan, though. I think Sharon Moore continues to stub his toe. I couldn't quite get a handle on Bryce Underwood. I think he's going to be great. I'm not willing to go as far with him as I did with Arch Manning, because I don't have any mulligans left in my bag. But I'm really interested, and I'll lean on you, being a Michigan man, to tell me what you saw, because I came away underwhelmed.
Well, what I saw over the first two starts for him, what I've seen is an arm that I've never seen attached to a Michigan quarterback. I've never seen anything like Bryce Underwood's cannon in my entire 30 years of rooting for Michigan football and watching it. I've never seen anything like it. But I also saw too many shades of last year's offensive struggles against Oklahoma. And I'm going back and forth between, does Michigan just not have this skilled position horses? Didn't help that they didn't have their top tight end out there. And as you know, that's the best friend of a young quarterback. I was wondering if the offensive line isn't up to snuff, or is it all that going against, as you mentioned, a Venables coach defense with some really good players. And then, of course, Oklahoma is fielding a far more veteran quarterback who's associated with a system already, with all the guys that came with the quarterback to Oklahoma. I just wondered if that's just the way it is, and we'll see how it is moving forward. Or is this just not for real? I can't believe that. I think Underwood is really good, and they should. Well, I feel like a caller into your show right now. I should start flipping out. No, in all seriousness, though, they need to move Underwood out of the pocket. Kid throws off the run in a way that I've never seen a Michigan quarterback do it. So maybe it was the play calling too. I don't know. Or you tip the cap to Oklahoma. How does that sound, Paul, as a response?
Yeah, one thing about Oklahoma, I mean, Venables was the architect of those Clemson national championship defenses. He and Mateer, the quarterback, not only did he come over as the best quarterback in the portal, he brought his QB coach and his offensive coordinator. That really matters a lot. But I think Oklahoma's possibly, on the fringe of the playoff. Their schedule is probably too tough to get in, though.
Well, I'm sure LSU would love to perform better against Oklahoma than Bryce Underwood did, since we know the connection between Underwood and LSU that no longer exists. And so LSU's got a big game this weekend as well. Give me the teams that you've seen so far that you can assess are national championship worthy right now, Paul.
Yeah, I mean, it obviously starts with Ohio State. I think LSU is on that ledge. Now, you have to help me on Penn State, because when you play, when you beat up on the top three teams in the Catholic youth organizations, Philadelphia, I mean, how do you get away with playing a schedule like that? It's downright embarrassing. While Michigan is out there playing Texas last year, and at Oklahoma, and Ohio State's playing Texas this year, and LSU is going to Clemson, and you're playing Villanova. You're playing Nevada and Florida.
Are you saying Drexel's on the schedule? Is that where you're going? You're the Big Five? You're going to go the full Big Five on me? Okay.
Saturday's game's after Palestra.
Shout out to Philly.
Shout out to Philly. Yeah, I guess, right? And that's rubber meets the road there, right? When Penn State plays Ohio State, that's it, because Penn State doesn't play Michigan, if you just want to talk Big Ten alone. But that's rubber meets the road there, Ohio State. And so who from the SEC do you throw in this mix?
Yeah, I'd start with LSU, and I still think Texas is going to get to the playoffs, and then Georgia. Georgia's very overlooked right now. They're at Tennessee this weekend, so the winner of that game is going to emerge very, very brightly. And then you just kind of start swimming your way through. Who is it? Is it South Carolina with Lenora Sellers, who is unbelievably talented, Rich, as a quarterback? I think there's 5 or 6 in the mix. Alabama, to me, is not in that mix right now. I don't think you can lose a game like they lost and be taken overly seriously. But the people like to write the SEC off, and I get it. I'm fine with it. And I know my credibility promoting the SEC it's kind of like one of these Washington Huskers promoting their party. But that's okay. I still think the SEC is very deep. And I'll offer this as an example. Mississippi State is a school picked to finish last in the SEC, and they beat Arizona State Saturday, which was a playoff team last year. So I don't know what that really means, but it means that it's very early. Not that I'm telling the audience anything they don't know. We're in the 3rd week of the season.
Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.